We're here in the hosted Bar Lounge at BTM. First of all, tell us who you are and where you're from.
My name is Agnieszka Majowska, AGA for the people from international community, especially here in IBTM. And I come from Prudential Poland, which is in fact part of Prudential UK. I'm working mainly with the agency network and with our distribution partners. So my responsibility is to provide incentive trips, but also all kinds of special events and conferences which are connected with promoting our brand in Poland, but also for the distribution part of the company.
And where are those events held? Are they mainly within Poland or outside as well?
The conference events are mainly held in Poland. However, we organize variety of corporate events of more incentive type all around the world. We take our top distributors to London, of course, which is the let's say our motherland in a way for Prudential. But of course, we are now looking for the opportunity to show the world to our top distributors. So we have a unique 4-year ongoing program, which is called 4 Years Around the World, because we believe incentive is not only one-off motivation, it should be a long-term inspiration around which people can build their career. So that's why we show already a perspective for 4 years, so people do not think of where I go the next year, but how can I make true my dream of going around the world with Prudential.
That's really interesting, and is that a Prudential-wide initiative? It's kind of something that corporately within Prudential they've made this decision to really look at creativity within incentive events. And also, what's interesting as well is that a lot of companies would maybe be a little bit nervous about incentives and proving their return, but presumably when you've got that kind of a strategy, you're also looking at the return you get from your people and the response to those incentives. Is that right?
Yes, it is. So answering the first part of your question, Prudential all around the world is very much conscious about the power of events. So we share lots of ideas with our colleagues from Asia, where Prudential is number one virtually. So in fact, of course, there are cultural differences. People have different preferences as far as the profile of incentives is concerned, program. However, I think traveling around the world is the dream for everyone. So wherever you go, people are willing to strive for this dream. And of course, let's say the thing is also to structure communication properly. This is what we take care of very much, because let's say it's not about the 10% that go for the incentive, but maybe about the 50% of the partners or distributors that strive for it and have the aspiration to go there. So this is really what we think of. And of course, there is very, very careful budget discussion of how much percentage of the budget, or let's say the future income incentive may constitute. But let's say there is very good understanding of what incentives bring to the company and what the benefits are that we create. And it's not only about bringing return on investment, it's also about showing Prudential as the preferred company for the people to join, to work with, and to sell its products.
Sounds really, really interesting. As I said at the start, we're at this great show in Barcelona. Why is it important for you to be here?
Because the world is changing rapidly. I've been in this business, and particularly in incentives, for already 13 years, all the time with insurance companies. And I see how much the world is changing. I used to be in some places 2 or 3 times in, let's say, 2-3 years time lag. And I see enormous changes. But also the whole concept of incentive changes a lot. There is new technology brought in to make the program more attractive, to ease the communication. And if you are not in touch with all those new technologies and new concepts, you just stay in the back and you are not able to follow, and thus you are not able to offer to your end clients the best solution possible.
That's right. It's really interesting, actually. Have you looked at the education programme at all this week? Have you been to any sessions, and if so, how have you found those?
I'm going to one of the sessions today. Yesterday we arrived quite late, so we were really in a hustle to make all the meetings. And I think this is also very, very good to see what happens in the area of incentives and conferences, conventions, also new technologies, but also see what challenges people face, how they cope with those challenges, because this allows us all to avoid mistakes that someone else has already made, or just to take the best practice home.
Aga, thank you very much for talking to me. It's all fascinating stuff. Have a wonderful show, and good luck with everything else.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.